Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya. Welcome to Sex Ed. I'm gonna really try to focus upon my key takeaways that I have learned, being a woman in today's society, what I haven't been taught. And by me not being taught these things, I've kind of had to experience certain things for myself and to gain knowledge upon, the act of sex. I've learned a lot just through my own intuition and regaining that center point within my heart of the connection we first and foremost must make with spirit, must make with ourselves, with the essence that is running through our body that is connected to the spirit realm, that is sacred and that is meant to be sacred. But you see, a lot of people walk around trying to fill that void. And that void can only be filled with your connection to your higher self, to whatever you want to call it, the higher power that is moving through you, that knows why you're here, is the pure ecstasy of what you are looking for in other people. You have it in you, but no one can open the box to self and see the glory that is inside of you. And this is something I want to teach you guys about. Is that stop trying to chase people. Stop trying to fill these voids in people that aren't even healed themselves. And when we have sexual interactions, you guys, especially with unhealed people that are unaware of their sexual cords that they hold by maybe participating in low calibrational ways, with even corn sites, with people that is not rooted in love, we form knots with these things. And a lot of people are unaware of these knots. And it's not something to be scared about. It's not something to fear, but it is something to be aware of. We think, just because we live in such an external world and we're so disconnected from our internal spirit, that we get disconnected with the purity of what it means to be human and the purity of what sex really is. And that is an entanglement. That is a meeting of another person's soul that is within the unseen realms. But you make it seen by energetics when you are allowing a person to experience your God within you. But people aren't aware of it. People are looking just to get off right away. People are using people's body as just masturbation tools. We don't get taught the sacredness of a woman and her womb and her parts. And if we do, it's sexualizing a woman if we teach people about the sacredness of a woman. So we'd rather just not talk about it and then over-sexualize the woman and confuse the hell out of people and children. And that's just messed up. So please, I don't care how old you are. If you're hearing this for the first time, make a connection inside of yourself that is grounded in love, that is grounded in knowingness of who you are and what you are deserving of. Most people would rather go out into the world, seek broken people that match their broken parts so they can be whole for 1 second in an orgasm and then shatter even more because they have not found the wholeness within. They're looking for it inside of another person that you can never find because it's within you. I really recommend whoever, and this is why I preach abstinence in today's society. This is why I preach semen retention, whatever, because it's so important. We are walking around fragmented by today's society, by the shame that is held within the sex, in the word sex in general. It's a shameful word. And why? Why is it shameful? It's because of what's been happening. It's shameful. No wonder. The amount of over-sexualization of everything. And then we can't talk about it because if we talk about it, it's weird. And it's not weird. On my channel, it's normalized. It's normalized and it's important because I see the danger it's going to cause in the next generation if we continue down the path we are on of shutting up about sex, not teaching our children about the power that is within us and that is inside of us and that should be kept to ourselves. until we meet someone that actually cares about us, that actually loves us, that actually sees us, and not sees us just for pleasure. We must teach our children to find pleasure within themselves first, by loving themselves, by not holding shame upon who they are and maybe what they are desiring to know. You guys, sex is magical. Sex is magic. That is where life is formed. And we are ignorant to that. And we misuse it. And we abuse it. We abuse the magical essence that is within ourselves. And we diminish its power by not thinking it's powerful. By just thinking it's appropriate to do with anyone or anything. Or with our right hand. Or with our fingers or whatever. Without any clear intention of why we are participating in such power, that we block ourselves from experiencing the true essence of the energetics of sex. One thing for me, you guys, that I've learned through, my existence so far is what I'm wanting in a relationship and how serious I actually view sex. I don't view sex as something, I would just do with anyone because I'm bored, or that I need attention, or I need a void being filled. I won't do that. Sex to me is one of the most sacred things we as human beings are gifted. It is the gift from God. It is the gift from our Creator that we get to experience inside of ourselves. And we can experience that energy within ourselves. And when we can do that, we won't be chasing broken people to break us even more. I really do preach learning about your own sexual energy before you participate in interlinking yours with another. Because the people who are constantly seeking sex out are some of the most damaged people on today's planet. We don't realize this, you guys, but not having any intention when you have sex with another person, or even participating in masturbation in unhealthy ways with unhealthy sites, there's an exchange that happens that no condom can save you from. No contraceptive pill can save you from. It's a deep exchange that's happening in the realms that we cannot see. And be very aware of how you feel after you have sex with certain people, because you are actually adapting into their own energy and what their trauma is, what they're holding. Even their energetic cords are being interlinked with yours. And then we just get a bunch of wired cords just connecting us to people that maybe we don't even know, people we will never know, that are a part of that person's sexual history. And in today's video, you guys, we have to wipe that slate clean. We have to learn how to love ourselves, how to please ourselves, how to get in alignment to our soul core. And when we can get into alignment in our soul's core, that's the most romantic thing you can give another person, is alignment to source, to God. That's romantic. Saving your beautiful sexual energy for someone you love is sexy. That shit, that's a turn on. When someone is actually aware enough and whole enough to save themselves and not sleep around with anyone, and who is very, very particular upon the people they do interact with, that is sacred. I don't want someone's leaky energy in my crystalline waters. Will never happen ever. I think it's really important to clean house. I don't really know you guys, personally in your sexual history, but you can start today learning about yourself, loving yourself, and not participating in things that make you weak. And sex is one of the things that actually make us weak, and it's backwards, because sex is supposed to empower us. Sex is supposed to lift us up. So have you ever met the God essence in another? Or has it always been short-term pleasure that never fulfills your cup? One thing, you guys, I think it's so crucial to do. Foreplay is so important. Foreplay, and you guys are like, oh yeah, foreplay, I know what foreplay is, I do it. No, not in the ways I'm talking about. I mean foreplay as if you are breathing into one another. You are unifying as one before you have sex. You are breathing, synchronizing breath to the Creator that is both within you, and allowing your souls to meet just through breath, and eye gazing with one another, and really synchronizing yourselves, synchronizing your spirit, and looking one another in the eyes and seeing the God within. Seeing the glory that you both are and you will experience together. The deliciousness of what sex is. It is delicious when you can indulge in the pure essence of another human being and rejoin in love and high calibration. And that's what I want you guys to experience. I don't want you guys chasing around these dusty people with dirty shoes and letting them inside your clean, pristine home. Clean house. One thing I want to touch on too, you guys, that isn't really talked about a lot. We don't teach our sons and even our daughters about a woman's cycle and how sacred and how powerful a woman's cycle is. Her moon cycle that is synchronized with the moon. Are you kidding me? We don't want our women, our young children to know about a woman's cycle, because then guess what? We gain power. We gain power. There is young girls on birth control for hormonal reasons. That shit is so twisted. You are messing up a young girl's hormonals, her own hormones, and not teaching her upon her cycle that will actually benefit her. Or we also don't teach our sons about it, which is also so important. There's a lot of things that we hold so much power upon. And when you awaken to the power of it, you'll see why it's not talked about. Because when more people awaken to it, a lot of these corporations that sell, all of these sexual things, all these big pharma pills, whatever, will diminish because you've accessed the powerhouse of who you are. One thing for me, you guys, since, being abstinence and really feeling into my body, into my energy centers, one thing I will never do, especially just because I've become so sensitive to my own energetics of what works and what doesn't. And for me, I won't actually ever use a condom again. And you're like, what, Maya? Why? Because I'm not a hoe. I don't need a condom. I don't want to sleep around with people. Now I get it. If you really are, I'm not hating on condoms, like protect yourself. But when you protect yourself with just restraining yourself, that's a better form of protection than a condom. I won't put latex in my vagina. Hell no. I've cleaned house. I'm not putting anything that is not of high vibration into me. Sorry, will never happen. And like I said, I am not a hoe. I don't go sleeping around with multiple people at once. I'm saving my sexual energy for one person. So when I am with that one person, we can learn about my cycle. We can learn about, ways that men and women can hold back their semen even while participating in sex. So I don't have to use a form of latex that is not supposed to be in a woman's body. That's a personal preference. Please, if you like to sleep around, don't take my words and use your condoms and stuff, but I ain't doing that. I'm not using birth control. Hell no. I'm not messing up my hormonal cycle that is connected to the powers that actually change the moon and the waters. Hell no. I'm not doing that. I'm synchronized with myself. I'm synchronized with source. I am a powerful woman of the divine. I am so against sex toys. Sex toys are something that no one talks about, hardly ever. Sex toys can be actually very dangerous. You're putting plastic that is coming from a Chinese factory into your sacred womb. A piece of plastic that you are putting in your sacred womb for short-term pleasure, the pleasure you cannot give yourself or that your partner cannot give you. Ooh, women complain. You know, a lot of women can't orgasm. A lot of women can't orgasm because men are so self-centered while participating in sex. They don't learn about a woman's pleasure centers. They don't take the time to learn about what pleases her. So get out the sex toys. I'll make you orgasm with a piece of plastic, baby. How sexy. No, it's not sexy. And you're making that man lazy. And you are desensitizing yourself. So maybe you can only come now if you have a sex toy. And that's not normal. We should be learning about your partner. Men should be learning about your pleasure centers. You shouldn't never fake an orgasm. When you fake an orgasm, you are not doing that man service by lying to that man. It's hard for women. You know, a lot of women don't get to experience an orgasm with their partner. Because first off, the foreplay isn't there. The foreplay of connecting to spirit, not just each other's parts for sexual pleasure. And it's sad that women don't get to experience that. Oh, but they experience it with sex toys that are coming from a Chinese factory. How sensual. I won't do it. I'm connecting to my inner guidance. I'm connecting to my inner source. I'm connecting to my inner pleasure centers that I do not even need to touch, that they touch me. Ooh, the energy touches me first. No man, no dildo, no condom, no. Pure spirit touches me first, and it guides me, and it will guide me to the right person who wants to experience God with me. I won't fragment myself in this life for sexual desire, because I am the sexual desire. Ooh, I am the sexual desire, because I desire my own sexual essence, which is creative, which is beautiful, which is divine, which is ever flowing with infinite knowledge and wisdom that I am connected to. And no society will make me into a hoe like they want women to be. I'm gonna continue to be sacred. I'm gonna continue to remain abstinent until I know someone loves me and we can experience the divinity that is within us. So I hope you guys like this sex talk. I think it's important to discuss and for you guys to really ask yourself why you are having sex. What's the reasoning? Is it because you're lonely, there's a void within you that you think another person will fill? Please fill it on your own. Please reconnect to the creator, to your higher self, to the high calibrational energy that is within every single cell of your being, waiting for you to acknowledge it and to meet it and to see it and to accept it and then to experience it all by yourself. You don't need another person, baby. You stay whole, you stay in love, and you be patient for that person. Okay, you guys, I hope you liked today's video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.